Okay, so if you go into the Shared With Me folder in your Drive, in your Google Drive, you'll see there's a Learning and Support Teacher Handbook Project folder, which is a slightly long name, but we'll just go with that for now because I couldn't think of anything else, and that will be shared with you. So that will be here. Go into the Learning and Support Teacher Handbook Project folder, and inside that will be all of this information. So just to go through it, we will click on here, and I've already got that up here. So this is the project timeline. Basically, before the first meeting, I'm going to share the folder that I just showed you on Google Drive to our team and share this video as well. So hopefully you will watch this video before we all meet, know how to start everything off, and then you're going to upload resources to the folders in the Google Drive folder. So that is, if we go back, that's these folders. So if you have some specific and excellent resources, then upload these into here. Then we'll go back to here. Okay, so then when you've uploaded something, so that we can keep track of everything, you will write on the Document Share Google Doc, and that can be found here. It's called Document Share, and if you've ever used Google Docs before, you know as soon as you write into it, it automatically saves, and we can all write into it at the same time and it saves. So it's brilliant for this type of thing. So for example, if you have put something, shared an autism resource in the ASD folder, you would then just write the name of that resource and just a really brief description, just so we can keep track. Is it a specific resource? Is it information like ASD traits, or is it strategies for the classroom? Then just write who you are, like contributed by, so we know which team member if we've got any questions, and acknowledgements for where you got the resource from. So you may have got it from a particular book or a particular speech therapist or another classroom teacher, another learning support teacher. We just want to make sure that we're keeping track of all of these so that we can use this as our acknowledgements list at the end of the book. So let's go back here to the timeline. So that will be before we meet. We're going to put all our resources together and just keep track of them with that Document Share Google Doc. Then we will have a meeting and we'll meet each other, make sure that we're all on board with all the different dates and times, and we'll have a look at any additions or amendments to the handbook structure and or project that you feel may be of benefit to the project. So for example, you might say, look, I think you're missing one key area such as auditory processing, which now that I've said that, I want to go back in and make another folder for it, but something like that. So if you can find any additions to the structure, or if you think, look, that's too confusing, that part, that's where you bring all your notes to the meeting and we can have a discussion around that and make sure that we've started off with a really good workable structure. Then we will familiarise ourselves with the process and the amendments doc, which is this one. So we'll actually have a go together at going through one of these things and how we're going to work out which are the best resources, how we're going to amend it. I won't go through that now because it just becomes overcomplicated, but that will be pretty easy to do. And we'll work on section 1 as a whole team. So that could be the section. The sections are these folders. So if we decide we're going to work on ASD or ADHD, just say, then we'll go through that folder with all the information that we've got so far, look at what we've got in the draft handbook, and then we will have a look at the amendments and how we fill in this sheet to make sure that we're all adding our contributions and our ideas to what should be in and what should be left out. Then prior to the next meeting, because you all understand that process, you'll be able to just review section 2, 3 and 4, which could be, I don't know, dyspraxia, motor coordination, social skills, whatever we decide these sections are, you'll just review another 3 sections, and that just simply means that we will look through the book here and we will say, okay, I think we should take out this. Anything that you think should be taken out or amended, you will fill in here in the amendments, so that basically we're trying to do a flipped type of meeting where we do it all ourselves and then we come together and review and edit the amendments document together. So that's here. We'll look at it and say, okay, so we've got a few people who are in agreement that we should take this one out and use this one instead, or maybe we should combine this, and that's where we'll be able to do those. Then we'll work on the next few sections prior to the meeting, and again, it shouldn't be too time consuming. It should just be that we're all looking through 3 of the sections, just reviewing them and seeing whether they're worth being in there or whether they should be combined with something else, and just putting our ideas into the amendment stock so that when we get together and have our meetings, we can actually, we're not thinking of things on the spot. We've actually got a general idea of where we're going to. And then and in between each meeting we're going to have 2 weeks before the next meeting at least, if that works for everybody, so that we've got time to look through those sections. But again, we can discuss this time frame when we have our first meeting. I just want to keep within a structured time frame and at the same time not overwhelm you or any of us, because I know you've all got a huge amount of work to do as it is. Then in the final meeting, we'll review and edit according to the amendment stock. We'll look at the whole document and see what we've amended and whether what we think of this final draft, and whether we need to do any further amendments or any additions, or where we're going to put different sections, which ones should go first, that type of thing. Just a general review of the whole document together, and then we will discuss where to next. So how will we disseminate this document, and what professional learning should we do a video surrounding how to best use it, who would get the most use out of it, and how can we provide for them. And then we can discuss future project ideas, of which I have many. So hopefully this one goes well and you all think this is a great collaboration and you want to do more. And that is where we are up to now. So hopefully I will see you all shortly, and we will email each other to decide a time.